Welcome back to the show of the Good Governance Hour. Well, we went for a very brief commercial break, and then we're back on the show because it's time to enlighten the people on the aspect of good governance. We've really had time to trade talks with a professional, a man who has traded his path in the government of the state and has been able to do what we call impactive services to the people. And right now, coming back to this program, we are still with Chief Chibuike Godwin Onyedulefu, who was the former senior special advisor to the former past governor of the state, which is Governor Okezie Ikpeazu, and he was a special advisor on rural orientation and sensitization. He was also a convener of the Abia Rural Influencers Group and also an immediate former Secretary General of the Ngwa Patriots Forum. He's here, still with us in the studio, and we are still dissecting analysis on what good governance is about. Sir, welcome again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So now, if we look at it holistically, let's look at the holistic view of governance. Now, in the present administration of Dr. Alex Omotie, he took over in 2023, and having taken over in 2 years and few months, how would you be able to assess his kind of governance, knowing how far he has just 1.5 years, at least before the 4 years there? How can you assess his government and his governance? What can you trade and see you can know about it? Because we want to know. I know you were in the past government and also seen our past governments too. So what would you also talk about this all?
You see, I told you before that I don't want to get into anything regarding the present government, and not for reason of our for job or whatever, but for the simple reason that my opinion will be considered as being
free and fair,
parochial and subjective.
Okay.
That's what I think. So but that said, he is doing what he can do.
Okay.
That's the truth. What he can do is doing. They have also, very fairly enough, admitted that he has not done everything that he should do.
Okay.
So, for me, I have my reservations, which will be expressed with time, because I don't want to be lumped together with those who they will accuse of distracting governance.
Okay.
I'd like him to do what he's doing, what he considers to be his best. Okay. Even though a lot of people have questioned his
Are you also
programs.
questioning it too?
No, his programs. No, if I'm going to question it, it's not going to be now. Okay. Because I'll be strategic about it. Okay. I will say my mind when the time comes. Okay. But the point I'm trying to make is that a whole lot of people have questioned his strategy. Okay? A lot of people too are by his side and saying, okay, he's doing well. You understand? But I would have loved to be, maybe if I had opportunity of seeing him anyway, I would have asked him to, considering the inflow that he's getting, to do his best so that history will also be very fair and kind to him. Because once you're in governance, you'll be getting criticisms. People would say that you're not doing well. Then the sycophants, that's what we've come to know them for, will also prod you on and say, you're doing so well, don't mind them, what did they do at their own time? But all of these forces will take far back bench when you finish. That is when the reality will dawn on you. That is where you have to face the people. That is where you by yourself, you take stock of what you've done. You understand? If you have not done well, you will see it,
crystal clear.
It will stand before you. So I will ask him to be mindful. Okay? I don't know what they call it, the eggshells or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll ask him to be mindful of that. I'll also ask him to be his best judge. If he's doing well for us, he should do. If he's not doing very well, he should also know. You understand? That's one advice I would give. Second advice I would have given him if maybe I was part of his government when it started. The people after election, the people within your area of influence, your immediate, necessarily must feel the impact of your governance. Because they say charity begins at home.
Now, sir, if I may ask this question, I'm sorry I'm asking this question, sir. The government of the day said they acquired 104.9 billion naira debt from the past administration of Dr. Okezie-Ikpeazu, and they have been able to clear off about 40 billion, now left with 60 billion. Now, what can you be able to ascertain with that? How do you want to describe that? Tell us from the method, because how was this debt incurred? Because from what we have learned and heard from the former special advisor to him on information, Honorable John Okikalu, that said that there was no debt incurred. The coffers was clean and they left the government clean. What can you say about that?
You see, like I said, my portfolio was at the rural area.
Okay.
You know, I was like being in my house in the village. You understand? Yeah. So
but you would have understood, yes.
Okay, who is my friend, will know a whole lot about how, because as Commissioner of Information, you have access to the Accountant General and such strategic offices. You go to them and ask them what are the figures. So he should know. And I wouldn't like to sit down here and talk about something I cannot defend or something I do not know. Okay. But what I would like to ask is, what does it matter? Assuming that the government accrued some debt. You understand? Because if you look at governance, even at the national level, you will also see that there is no government that will not take money to do some projects. Okay. You understand? So if the past government had gone to take money, I'm saying if we are assuming they have gone to build a bridge, didn't you see the bridge? You see the bridge now, so you know that okay, this is a productive engagement. Okay. It's a productive project. Okay. So what? There won't be anything wrong about that. But that said, I have always had the position that any leader that wants to impact the people, leave some substantive footprints for the people. You will not ask those questions. If you ask them, there are legal means, tribunals and whatever you can set up, or courts or whatever, for you to do all those and keep quiet and do your thing and get whoever you think is must you come and say all of those to people, and because you begin to appear as if you're preparing a canvas on which you will stand to also justify.
They are not attacking the government.
No.
They are just saying this was what they accrued.
No. Those figures. What figures? What does it do to the ordinary man? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Yes. That's what I'm telling you. That the problem is our gullibility. You can't ask me to tell me those kind of things. I will tell you, please. Okay, they're owing. Take them to court, but concentrate. I don't need that information.
Concentrate on your governance.
Concentrate on your governance, and you go ahead and build roads. Because if you give those excuses, because that's why some people like me are suspicious, or will be suspicious. Because these are games that are known in Nigeria, that the government that has exited must be criticized by the world. But not all the governments are doing, not all the governments. I've not heard Mba.
Yes.
I've not heard him do all that. Mba. I've not even heard Soludo talk so much about the past. Yes. So, because if you know what the problem you're referring, I mean, whatever would have been the failure of the past.
You're trying to deal
Whatever would have been the failure of the past, that you're trying to, repair. We are not fools. We will see them. We will see all of those. So, but don't lay a canvas that will begin to make thinking people, to begin to suspect you and say, is he trying to pull the wool over my eyes? Don't do that, because whatever, the man who is on the street does not need those figures, because the past government, none of us even have, that are not in government now, none of us has the wherewithal to see them on the road and arrest them or bring them to justice. You understand? Yes. You can take your actions while you're working. Don't feed us with what you're doing presently. Don't feed us with what was done in the past. That will continue. Because assuming that the present government at the federal level now paints the whole of Nigeria with gold, yes, and had done it like the paradise will be, yes, if they are criticizing the past government with venom, the next government that will come after them will leverage that same argument for non-performance. They will simply tell you that the gold they put were fake, or they were overvalued, or they will say all manner of things. Yeah. We want a reconditioning of that strategy, okay, by way of
trying to do the revamp.
Yes.
Do
your work.
Do your work, and then let the system get moving.
Yes, do your work. Let us judge you. Okay. Or you do your work, because the figures you're giving us does not make any
play.
It doesn't make any. It does no impact. Because you know that we can. If you give me the figures and give me money to go and prosecute them, that will be different. You won't give me the leeway to prosecute them. I don't have the wherewithal myself. So what do I need them for? Concentrate on your work and expend that energy you give it to explaining the past into your work. You understand? Because for me, they are doing. The government is doing lighting. They're doing well, putting lights everywhere. In my own village here, we don't have. They gave us the whole Ikem village got only 30 stands of that thing. Some people who have leverage in government who use it in their own part of their village. Yeah. In my own side of the village, I think we got 2. One is around my house. One is around one of I don't want to call his name, but he's a politically exposed person too. He's around there. So if I come one day, I see that my road has been tarred. I see that it's light. Solar. Which mouth will I have to go and tell my people this government is not doing well? No. So if you come and tell me that the past government should have done it and you don't do it, is that what I'm going to tell my people? That you told me that because the past government did not do this, that president cannot do it, even when you have the wherewithal. So that's the thing. So that's what I'm saying. That it is us that will tell these people that you please don't tell me this thing. Show your own work. Yes, show that.
Let the result play.
Let the result play. At the end of the day, maybe when we call you to account for your steward, you will not tell us, make comparisons. I did this, they didn't do this, but not when you're
still in the progress.
Yes,
of the job.
Yes, because that strategy has been well overused. It's stale, as in STALE.
Yeah.
You understand? It's stale and overstated. That strategy.
Now, sir, coming to the party you belong, the People's Democratic Party. How do you see the functionality of the People's Democratic Party from the national to the state level? Because right now, we're not seeing a strong force from the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, coming out again, because they have been so cold, especially in these times of the political play. What do you think? What's the future ambition? And what's the stake of the People's Democratic Party? You a member, a stakeholder, both in the state and national. What do you foresee, and what do you, can you be able to analyze about the party, the state of the party as it stands right now?
Okay. Let me start by saying first that I don't know which party I even belong to now. I'm not too sure. And you cannot
have you decamped?
No. I just have made a statement. But see, my brother, Prof. See, every government every government determines if there will be opposition or not. The government in power determines if there will be opposition or not. Because all of the things that plague the opposition, you can weaponize them to your own advantage. If you look at what has happened to PDP, you will see systematically that the processes, if they are masterminded, if they were not masterminded, and you can use a whole lot of strategies to do that. If you decide to subdue the press, subdue opposition, subdue individuals who come out to talk, then the opposition too will whittle down. At the national level, you know how it is now, the opposition.
Exactly.
At the state level, you also know how it is. So the vitality that you see in the opposition at both sub-national level and the national level is determined by the kind of government that you have at that particular time.
So are you telling us right now that, as it stands, that the party is not strongly in existence, not having a strong force?
For no fault of theirs. For no fault of theirs. You understand? Because that's what I'm telling you, that in Nigeria now, you know, these parties are not they're not built on strong ideological lines.
Okay.
You understand? So it's easy for government.
Which should be.
So it is very, 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 very easy for the government in power to actually dismantle opposition by itself. So that's why I said that. But it is wrong, because every government that wants to impact the people, you can't run away from your shadow, which is what the opposition is. You will allow that opposition to stay, so they can also regulate your actions through what they say that is in dissonance with what you're doing. So because they are your mirror. If you totally obliterate the opposition, who will regulate you?
Of course.
Who will be? How would you? So, but when they do it, they assume that they are killing the opposition. But that is wrong. They are not killing the opposition. They are killing governance. They are killing people who are offering alternative that they can use and also function and then impact the people.
So are you telling us right now that, as it stands in the next, because we're in 2026 already, 2027 is just close by, are you saying that we're not going to see a strong force coming from PDP, both from the national and the state level? Because it's trying to look as if it's a three-party system. The All Progressive Congress, the ADC, and also the Labour Party. Now, are you seeing that it's just going to be a three-run way for three-party systems in the country? Because PDP is not showing forth anywhere, both in the national and the state. So are you seeing that PDP is just, let them use this word, let them not use it, let them use the strong word, dead on arrival. Let me say that PDP is off the clouds of the party politics in the system right now. What do you think? I just said some minutes ago
that our parties are not built on ideological platforms online.
Yeah.
So, but when you say that, it's even deceiving, because at the back of this is a structure that also stands like a party. We don't have parties, but we have stakeholders.
Okay.
We have stakeholders, and those stakeholders are the people that determine what happens during elections. And if you're looking at PDP as maybe not being in existence again, like you're alluding to, you'll be deceived to say that there is no political party that will, oppose maybe at the national level or at the state level. You are losing sight of the fact that those who were in those parties are major stakeholders, who will not sit idly and watch you ride roughshod on them.
But we see that
they are going to rise. Let me finish. Yeah. Those stakeholders they are the party. And it's even much more dangerous when they are in disarray.
The same party stakeholders you're talking about.
No.
Many of them have decamped into.
See, that's the thing I'm telling you. Because there are no parties that are stakeholders. So there are different stakeholders that are going to come together in an alliance. That's what it is. Because if you look at one particular party is not in existence, and so there is no position, you have made a terrible error and mistake. Because you are not seeing the people behind the party, which are the stakeholders, who are going to come, because you cannot obliterate them. They will be there, but they will come at the last minute to also say, what is the platform that we're going to use? So it's even much more dangerous, because then you've expanded the opposition without knowing it.
Exactly.
You've expanded, let me use party A that was opposing you before.
Yes.
You think you have driven them into existence, but these no stakeholders who are behind them will now enlarge and fuse together with the other disgruntled party in other parties, and they'll form a behemoth. That was what happened during the Jonathan era. Jonathan was grandstanding, not knowing that those people, that when he looks around, he says, "There are no, where is the party? Where is the party?" Instead of me to ask, where are the stakeholders? So when you run a party, when you run a government of exclusion, where those stakeholders
Yes.
are not involved in what you're doing,
Yeah.
and there's no reference to them and regard for them, then you are inadvertently creating a behemoth of opposition that will come at the last minute. This is an unfair advice I'm giving. So you create it, it's there, it will come, because they are politicians, they must play. If they don't have a party, they'll find one.
So we should expect that PDP will come in 2027.
You're saying you expect that there are elements of politicians will come in 2027.
Okay.
Politicians that are not in the government at federal level and state level, they will come together. Don't call PDP, don't call APC, don't call Chibike Party. Just know that there are people that will come together and they will be a behemoth.
Okay.
That just like what happened in Jonathan's era. That's what is going to happen. It's only somebody who is you're grandstanding for nothing if you think that nothing is happening. At every level, I'm not calling any particular level. They are massing together and rallying together. You understand? And at the last, you can call them disgruntled. And yes, that's what it takes to be in opposition. You need to be disgruntled. You understand? Yeah. You need to be disgruntled. You need to also be hungry.
Of course.
Yes, because if you're not hungry for anything, you can't pursue it.
So
those words you use negatively and say to maybe the right people. Those are the words that form very strong positions against an incumbent.
With this massive defection right now in the All Progressive Congress,
Yes.
do you see a future explosion from that party after the primaries? Because every one of them is massively entering into that party. Everyone, from the state to the local, every one of them entering. Do you think that the way it's going to go, that it's going to go in favor of all these people who are defected? Or is there going to be a kind of an explosion after their primaries? And these same people who had run into this party will also go back to various parties to come back, reinforce, and to face the All Progressive Party Congress in 2027.
That's an argument. People who bring to the incumbents, people who are already in the system and close to the incumbents, who don't want the horizon to be expanded, so that there will be other people coming in. They will tell you, don't worry, you watch them during during their primaries. They will, it doesn't work like that always. It doesn't work. And when you lose people when you allow people, you not think as dissidents, leave. I've made that point here. When they leave into another group. If they have a commander, for lack of a better word, that can harness that group, harness their potentials, leverage that to come back to oppose you, then you have a problem. If that person, like at the national level, Tinubu is a master at this. If people are if you are worried about Congress or whatever, the man is not worried about that, I'm sure, because knowing his antecedents, he will wait until that primary election. Then if after the primary election they show you that you'll be carried on, show you a future list that will make you a minister, you will cool down.
That's true.
So how they're going to manage this is very simple. For a man like Tinubu, he knows where he's going to put you. You understand? And he will cool down too, and he will become futuristic.
Of course.
So
knowing that you have a hope.
So that thing
that's why it's called the hope agenda.
Hope agenda. So that thing is what they tell an incumbent when they want you to deepen your exclusivity of the vital forces that can keep you in power.
Okay.
Those people that want to that are benefiting at the moment will tell you, don't mind them, look at them, we'll wait until the primaries.
But how do you ascertain the governance of the All Progressive Congress from the days of General Muhammad Buhari to this time? How do you ascertain their governance? Can you place it? Weigh it on a scale. How do you see the governance of the All Progressive Party? Because they were the ones that produced these candidates, and they were given opportunity to vote. So how do you ascertain? Do you scale General Muhammad Buhari and that of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the governance from these past administrations and the present one? How can you really scale them in terms of governance? In terms of good governance.
Okay, see the difficulty. Nigeria has some major fault lines.
Okay.
Fourth line of religion, fourth line of ethnicity, fourth line of there are three of region, okay. Religion, and ethnicity. Oh. Those are major fault lines. So you see how I'm sitting down here. How I'm going to appraise Buhari will be totally different from how the man from the north will appraise Buhari. Because I'll be telling you that he's not done anything for us. He didn't perform well. He didn't do well. But the man in the north will tell you that he did well. I don't know if you understand my point. So those fault lines will help leaders, at least to get some things that will keep them thinking that I wasn't really, totally a nuisance. Some people are really yes. So okay, but like Buhari to me, I've always held the position that without express road, didn't go express road. Buhari no, but Buhari started it. Okay, it was Buhari that started it. Okay, so because he started it. Did Tinubu do anything on that road? I don't know. But if you go to Lagos, where I live, you will see at least Third Mainland Road, Third Mainland Bridge. You can drive with that long stretch. You can drive with your eyes closed. So Tinubu has also done some things for his people because of those fault lines that I'm talking about of ethnicity. What people get into government to do is to privilege their own people. Okay. It's a sad commentary, but that's what happens. You understand? That's why I want my own person to become the governor of other state, so that he will also privilege me. It's a sad commentary, but that's what happens. So now to appraise a particular government, you have to also say your own and allow people from his own people, who have benefited, who have been privileged, to also say their own. So, and our leaders know this fact, that there is no way you come about it that there won't be people who will stake their heads to say you did well. There's no way, and they will drown your own voice.
Now, are you in support of this one tenor system of governance, where they say 4 years, then the next person will, because the ADC party have been talking about the one-term system of governance, and it has been, they are really clamoring about it as a coalition. Do you see it going to work in a country that when you enter there after the first 4 years?
ADC is saying that.
Yes, and don't you think that you want to go again for the second 4 years?
No, that's not even the point.
Because Mr. Peter Obi, His Excellency, is saying they want a 4-term. Trial. Let it be a 4-term thing so that everyone can have a fair share and feel the impact and also know what they have been able to do to the system. So you think that can be able to, it can be visible, can it work in a country of ours where power is always is intoxicated, very intoxicated. When you get there after 4 years, and especially when you're in the system. A politician once said to me, said that power is sweet, and that if whoever says that there is no profits or privatization in power is a lie. Let the person go home. But for everyone who is in power is sweet, and they also in power, there's always what we call continuity. Do you think that with these things, because we see many of them going back, some after 8 years as governors, they go to the House, to the National Assembly. From the National Assembly, they're still looking for ministerial positions. Do you think that this for the one-term system of governance can work in Nigeria or even in the States?
See, I'm one person that supports the two-term democracy. Because I think that it even makes sense. Because if you give me 2 terms, if I'm sensible, I'll try and do something in the first term.
Okay.
okay, so that can merit.
Okay.
And I think that the people who crafted the constitution, that would have been at the back of their mind.
Okay.
That at least you use the first term to do your work,
Okay.
and then whatever you do at the community come halfway during the second term. If you give somebody who is greedy, as we have of our politicians here, one term, he will just say, okay, should be after this one, I'll go. He will do his thing, and he's not facing the election. So what is more effective is a two-tenor thing, so that at least you can get the first term, and then maybe through public pressure and all of that, the second time you can come halfway. So you now have 1 term and a half of delivery. I think it will make
Then the remaining ones, the remaining half term,
No, because
used for luxuries.
No, because what about
because you said something.
No,
you said
yeah.
4 years, and then
I'm saying this because of the kind of system we have,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
kind of politicians we have.
Yeah.
But let's also talk about the people who are propagating this idea of the ADC. You said it's ADC. I'm
Yes,
right,
one-time system.
One-time system. That's the thing too. They play on our gullibility and our ignorance. Now it's becoming fanciful for them, so that the people who are clamoring for
What time?
P2B
Yes.
would want to say, okay, give us that one time. But even when they know that it's not possible.
Do you think a P2B will mention that party as being a presidential candidate?
But that's the
With
business
the likes
of
of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, with the likes of El-Rufai, the likes of Senator.
If they started talking about one term, then there's a possibility for the man to emerge, because that's the only way you can assuage the North. If they're talking about one term for their party as a party policy, for ADC,
yes.
then know that the target is Obi, so that you can persuade.
But there's always
the
been
North
said
ally.
in the politics, which you know about, that whoever is the founder of the party decides, dictates the party. So, do you think that an Atiku, who is the founder of the party, Alhaji Abubakar Atiku Abubakar, since he funds the party, do you think that after funding the party, he would allow Mr. P2B to take the presidential candidacy?
A lot of people will also argue that he cannot be the sole funder of that party, because P2B is a man of no small means. He's also very, very rich. Very, very, very rich, according to what people say. And I think they are absolutely very correct. If you also check his investments, he should have enough to also prosecute his ambition. And then P2B has also has a mammoth following. People, the obedience, are people who believe in P2B even with their lives, they can lay it.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's all you need to raise money for. Like after all, abroad, one person, is usually crowdfunding for the elections. People are not. You're not supposed to go with your fund the elections with your own personal money.
It comes from
But the point I'm trying to make is that strategy is what I'm seeing in that proposition of a one party, whatever. Whoever is saying it one to give P2B a chance.
Okay.
And then secondly, to appease the North.
Okay.
Up front. Just go down, he will do complete that Tinubu's everything and then give us. That could be the strategy. You understand that? So but if you tell me that, I'm not gullible. I will tell you how with the Nigerian president that is so powerful. But people at the just say, they begin water, and it's going to work. No. You have to interrogate it. You have to ask questions.
Who is the pressure power?
The man that the Nigerian president, with all the wealth, centralized wealth, that are on his banks, how can you take away that if it grabs it? They will use one allocation to bribe all the governors and all of that. If they need some amendments to do, this one is not even a constitutional issue. It's not enshrined in the constitution. It is only a party position. So it's easy to, what they will do, P2B will do one time in that party. And if they make too much noise, it will leave to APC or to another party. But the ignorance of our people will also make them get away with that.
So how do you see the front of the 2027 elections? What do you envisage in the 2027 elections?
I don't see any. Tinubu will go back. That's a sad. Is it sad? I don't think it's sad though.
That's
the position.
Interesting story.
That's the position.
Okay.
Because the North, like you said, may not give that opportunity. And let me tell you, what will bring a P2B presidency is not. I said it in the last election. People said I'm talking rubbish. That the P2B is in the North, is in the South, is in my village, is in the Emir's village. So they said so. But like I said, one wins election is not all this noise you hear people on Facebook and all that.
It's the political dynamics.
Stakeholders. Because during the Tinubu will be in his house. Obi will be in his house. Dr. Chioma Oti will be in his house. It won't even be my booth. Yeah, I don't know what. If in fact, I'll ask my excellency, what I come here to do, if it's not in my good books, I'll ask him, because I'll make sure I set up camera and ask him. If he shoots me, okay. So during the election, it's the stakeholders those people that control people that can bring in Umongalago here.
Yeah.
Our brother here, let me not mention his name, can call the whole of Umongalago to this night. Dalo, let me call it. Dalo can call the whole of Umongalago this time. Even the ones that decided not want to go, tell you, this is where you want to go. I'm going to fight for you. I will bring this for you. They will hear. Somebody that is a passerby on the street, maybe that goes to Facebook to do chaka. You don't know, don't have the wherewithal to gather these people. So it is the stakeholders that will do this magic. So Obi can have an obedient in Abbas Palace in Lagos. Okay. But he does not have the Oba.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the Oba. So it's not a matter of an obedient and this and this. So Tinubu will still go back because of his grip. One, on almost all the governors right now. Okay. Secondly, his grip on the stakeholders. Those are what are going to win the elections. Because if you go and win the elections without stakeholders, it will be upon. If you even right before your eyes, they will write everything will not work.
So lastly, sir, what's your future ambition for politics in the nearest future? What's your future ambition? What are you aiming? Because I know that you might say for now you don't want to go into politics, but I know that you still have the flair, the fire is in you to still do one or two things in the politics of the state and of the nation. So what are your future aspirations in the political world of the Nigeria and the state system?
Okay. I used to say before that I'm studying, praying, and also waiting. Perhaps my time will come.
Okay, God has not spoken to you.
No. Perhaps my time will come. But I'm getting signals that our system we need people like me. Okay. This is not sounding
for governance.
Yes. Because what is happening to us today is that people who have not seen any form of self-improvement of their lives are seeking to govern you. So they build their life or their wealth and everything they become in life is from politics. He went to local government chairman, local government council, local government chairman after he left maybe university or secondary school. No kind of skill, no kind of work apart from the fact that he went to university or he went to secondary school. He will start from council up to that's all he does. He don't like one of our leaders will say he has no day job. So he will just go from there to. He has never had to do business and understand how to create anything for anybody, either wealth or create any kind of creation. He hasn't got that. So that's all he knows to do. So because you cannot create, you can't for yourself, you can't create for me. You understand? They have been what they call government picky from small. They don't have the emotions and empathy that a human being has, that makes him look at other people and say, I should be a funnel for his progress. They don't have that. They don't. It's not in their experience. So you ask me, someone like me, I feel I have 5 children. 4 of them, 2 are lawyers. I have 2 who will soon be software engineers very soon, and just 1 daughter who is still very young. By the grace of God, will end up studying medicine. She's very smart. So God has blessed me. In every place I'm living, I have where I can sleep. That no, you can't come and throw me out tomorrow. You understand? Yeah. So for me, those things that will distract me from starting from day one to care for other people, to realize that now that I'm now a channel of blessing for other people to also come up. I don't have those inhibitions anymore. Let me finish. Yeah. I don't have such inhibitions anymore. So if you go to areas that are, it's people like me who want to do the job free of charge.
So if you were given the opportunity,
I will serve, yes, because I can do everything free of charge.
If you were to be given the opportunity to be able to go via, for the position of the governor, would you come out?
I will ask you to bring the money. I will ask you to bring the money. But other positions, I will ask you to bring the money so that I know the kind of money that's involved.
So that means you don't want to go for
no, I will ask you, if you bring money, why not? And if I become a governor, this place will turn to something else. Because I what will be enough for me?
You have a manifesto that can bring a change.
Quite recently, I will say it here, it doesn't matter. Quite recently, I on my own, when some kind of arrangements called me up, I was one of the national secretary of one of the parties, one of the 14 parties that was voted to register by the government. You understand? I don't want to talk about what happened to it. You understand? So I've been active. I have experience. I also can serve free of charge. That because the basic things that a man should have, I've had, and also have age by my side, and I'm well adjusted for governance now. I don't want too much. It is because you give power to people who will start from day one, wanting to grow from government, wanting to build their first house from government, wanting to marry from government, wanting to send their children to school from government. Everything that they have become is from government. A man like me who has married from nothing. My father left me at 18. I began to take care of myself. I educated myself. I went to university I educated myself. I married for myself. I built houses by myself. Legitimately, without government, without anything. So now I am totally formed to realize that I should be a channel for other people to come up. That is the threshold everybody should get to before you begin to aspire to governance. Our problem is that there is no self-preparation of the people that are governing us. No self-preparation. It's just in very few cases. You find the ones that are prepared also meet the money of government, and they are gluttonous. The appetite is so big. So I think somebody like Chibiko didn't live. If I have the opportunity to serve, the cliche is that I'll become a funnel of blessing to lift other people that had the same advantage as I had, to escape their miserable conditions. That will be my objective.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
We really want to appreciate you today. We've had a very good moment and nice time with the former senior special advisor to the past governor of Abia State, which is Dr. Kezi Bazu, on rural orientation and sensitization, a convener of Abia Rural Influencers Group, and also an immediate former Secretary General of the Ngwa Patriots Forum. He's not a person again. We want to say thank you for coming, Chief Chibike Godwin Onyedimefo. Thank you for coming to the program.
Thank you.
We hope to see you again.
Thank you.
To come to the program.
I'll come in.
And Also, when you be aspiring, we also want to let us know so that we can know how we can be able to project you in the nearest future. Thank you so much.
God bless you.
We wish you the best as you move along, and also please ensure that in everything you do, that good governance thrive. Thank you so much.
God bless
Thank you. Till we see you again, same time next week. It's me from here, from the studio of Living Television Worldwide. It's me, Professor David Udoman. Thank you, and God bless you.